So I ordered the Tama Dyna-Sync double kick pedal. I got it from Anderton's in Guildford. It was a 6-week waiting list. I got it for 560 something pounds. I bought it because I do punk bands and some of them were asking me to do double kick pedal. I usually use a Tama Speed Cobra and I've been really happy with that, just a single pedal. So this is the unboxing of the Dyna-Sync, and it is very heavy when it comes out of the box. This is the instruction manual. I always just double check the instruction manual for everything. So in the bag here we've got a couple of Allen keys. This is something I'm interested in. It's the movable spring holder. It's supposed to give a better action. Here is a using the product safely manual. It's got a few funny things like be careful not to bother other people, be careful not to get oil or grease on your clothing. It also says do not operate a drum pedal or hi-hat stand pedal with your bare feet, but I drum bare feet, otherwise it doesn't feel right to me. Sometimes I do get cuts and things on my feet, but I haven't had any problems yet. It's got a couple of other things on there like do not put fingers into pipes. I'm not sure why you would do that. This one's quite funny. Stay away from the drum kit if an earthquake occurs. Never hit people with drumsticks or throw them at people. That's quite hilarious. Drumsticks are made of wood. If they break while you are performing, fragments and splinters can go flying, possibly causing injury. Be careful not to bump projecting parts with your face or head. Anyway, that's just a warning. These are the instructions. Connect the quick hook C onto the speedo rings B bearing, and if using a twin pedal, repeat this step for the left spring. I mean, first off, it looks very good. I mean, it looks like it means business. That's the direct drive part there. The springs rock back and forth here. On the bottom side it's got the grips. We're taking out the connecting rod, so that's the right side and that's the left side. Unscrew this, unscrew that, and then connect onto like so. Tighten up. Oh, what is that? Something fell off. This fell off. Where did that come from? Oh, it came from here. So this is like a little, some kind of little rubber guide. As with any other double kick pedal with the rod, you can lengthen it. That's probably 10 centimeters. It does feel very nice already. Feels nice and smooth. I'm not going to take those off yet. It looks really good quality. I mean, it should do. Cost enough. So the other interesting thing about this Dyna-Sync is that it's got 2 extra areas of adjustability over the Speed Cobra. So the first one is this, which is the footboard angle. So you can adjust this nut here, and this will come up and down and move the foot pedal up and down whilst keeping that in the same place, so you can get a different angle on it as your starting position. And you can do that on both sides. And the other one is the turning radius. So if you undo this bolt here, you can move this section forward or back. So if you move it forward, that gives you a longer radius of turn when you're pulling, and if you move it backwards you get a shorter radius. If you give a shorter radius, it turns probably a bit quicker. You would be pushing harder, and if you push it forwards it's easier, slightly easier to turn, but it comes back a bit slower. Shorter means that it's harder to push and it comes back faster, and longer means it comes back slower. And you can do the same on the other side over there. So you can adjust the beater lengths using these bolts here. There and there, so you can change that. I'm not going to do that right now. You can adjust the angle of the beater using this bolt. I tend to have a longer head, about a medium I think, tightness, and I get the pedal coming back to about there. Sometimes it hits me on my feet, but that's just the way I like it. But luckily this is looks like a soft pad, so it might not hurt as much. So underneath you have the sync coil there. Obviously if it's further down this end, you're going to get more pushback. If we look underneath, there's this bolt here. Soft would be that towards the front and hard would be towards the rear. So the hood clamp is just this thing here. That's when you obviously attach it to the drum kit. The pedal anchors, they're on the left pedal here, and obviously they stick into the ground. Anyway, you retighten everything and then you can play. There's no real maintenance to do. The bearings and the hinges are oil-free design and they don't require lubrication. They just recommend giving the pedals a wipe down every time after you play or before you play, and just retighten bolts and screws as necessary if they become loose. It looks like a really decent piece of kit, and I'm looking forward to playing it for the first time, so I might post a video of playing it. Yeah. The interesting bit is obviously that this is, a direct drive, not a chain drive. I'm just going to compare the Tama Speed Cobra single pedal. I never got the double pedal. I did used to have a Yamaha double kick pedal, but I only used it a few times and I didn't think it was really for me, so I gave it to a young chap who I was teaching how to play drums, and he loved it. So this is the Speed Cobra single, and before this I had the Iron Cobra Rolling Guide, was a good pedal, but I sold that and I got this. As you can see, I've used it quite a lot. It's been a really good pedal. I've never had any trouble with it, and I've owned it for about, must be a good 10 years. The only thing that happened recently was the original spring snapped, so I bought a new spring. It's actually a stag spring. It's got the spring underneath. It's a really good pedal. I can play the double beats really quickly. They actually look pretty similar in length. Maybe more adjustability on the Dyna-Sync, because you can adjust this here and you can adjust this, whereas on the Speed Cobra you can only adjust the angle there, and the length obviously. So you've got 2 more adjustability points on the Dyna-Sync. I was going to get the double kick pedal of this. I thought I might buy it second hand, but they're quite hard to come by. So I was looking for the Speed Cobra, but I couldn't find one that I thought was good enough value. So, because they're second hand now, obviously, just spend a bit more and get the new Dyna-Sync. Well, a fair bit more. And like I say, the only problem with the Dyna-Sync at the moment is obviously the six-week waiting list. Yeah, but I got it from Anderton's, and I buy a fair amount of equipment from Anderton's. You can buy online, or you can go to their store. Like a lot of times, I will go and look online for things on Anderton's and see the reviews and things like that, and then if I don't want to pay the new price, I'll just go and buy stuff second hand once I've reviewed it on Anderton's. But like I say, I still do buy quite a lot of stuff from Anderton's, but the other places as well. I buy from PMT store in Cambridge as well. So that's a review of the unboxing of the Dyna-Sync. Hopefully I'll set the kit up and do a proper review soon. Thanks very much.